just something to remind you of that can help when things are really feeling difficult. Maybe a really tough day all of a sudden. And it can often be really challenging, especially if you feel like you've been making progress. So often it will be like, I was doing so well, things were, getting a lot better, and now, I did something wrong, and now it's just a really tough day. And yeah, it can be really difficult. And firstly, just remember, like, it's part of it. It was for me, especially when I was recovering, that, and especially when it feels like you're making progress, there will be those days where it's suddenly just so difficult, and it will feel like you've lost it. It'll be like, I thought I was, getting somewhere, and now this, and just 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 feel into what's there, and how much resistance there is, and trying to change, because that's what's really can be making it so difficult. Is I don't want this to be here. I want to be feeling how I was a few days ago, or I want to be feeling like I'm making progress. But just to remind you that what's here is here. The sensations that are here are here. The feelings in the body that are here in this moment, they're already here. And then we can fight them, and wish that they weren't there, and you will, to an extent. That's just our natural conditioning. But the more we learn to just be like, okay, this is what's here, and just acknowledging that this is really difficult, this is really uncomfortable. I don't like this. Just being honest with yourself, like, okay, yeah, I don't want this to be here. And just that initial authenticity and acknowledgement. And then it's like, okay, well, it is here. This is what today is like. Can I just, take some time to, because it's already, it's tough. You can distract yourself, and it's still going to feel uncomfortable. So can you take some time to just dig in a bit? It's like, okay, can I sit with this? Can I allow it to be here? So, feel into the body, feel into what feels really uncomfortable, whatever sensations, contractions, or tensions you don't like. What if you just let it be there, and like really just start to feel into it? Okay, that's there. Okay, I don't want it to be there, but what does it actually feel like? And can I explore where in the sensation itself is there, what is it intrinsically in the sensation that's bad? Because that's what the thoughts are saying. This is bad, this mustn't be here, I need to get rid of this. Okay, that's fine. That's what the thoughts are saying. Just notice that. But where in the sensation, if I just go into direct experience, not what I think, just like, can I go directly to the experience of the sensation, and where in the sensation itself is there, or what in the sensation is so difficult to be with? And it's fine, it can be difficult to be with. Maybe you can only sit with it for a bit, but just try to, turn towards it a bit, and dig in a little bit, because again, it's there. It's already there, so why not explore it? And that's going to be the best orientation when things are really feeling tough. And then another thing to just remember is this isn't going to last forever. Just to remind yourself of that can be really helpful. And it's important to remember that, sure, it's really tough right now. Maybe it'll be tough today. Maybe it'll be tough tomorrow. You don't know. You didn't know today was going to be tough. It just is all of a sudden. And it suddenly will be gone as well. Suddenly you'll have a good day again. And just remind yourself that it's not going to be like this forever. Think of every really rough day you've had in the past. It eventually passed. So that can be a really helpful thing to remember. It's like, okay, this is what's here now. Can I explore it a bit? Can I sit with it a bit? Always just feel. Like, if you're ever, and also on those tough days, it can be really confusing. Like, what should I do? I'm having a crash. What should I do? Feel. The more you can just feel what's there, can I just feel it? Can I just let it be there? It's very powerful. And the more you do this, the more you keep doing this, things start to change. But just remember that it's not going to be like that forever. There's ups and downs. There's days where you've got to just work through some really uncomfortable stuff. Stuff just comes up, and it can be emotions and sensations and symptoms and whatever. And just to remember that actually these are the days where the magic happens. You need the stuff to come up. It needs to, because those are the moments when our resistance plays out so clearly, and it's in those opportunities where we can start to respond differently and work with what's coming up. So just remember that this is here now. It's difficult, but it's not going to be here forever. So while it's here, can I work with it? And don't try and control and manage and fix. You're not really in control. There's just what's happening. Can you just be with it? Can you just feel into it and not try and control experience? Because that's what's so uncomfortable, is this is what's happening. I really want to try and control it and turn it into something else, but you can't. And then that can cause a lot of suffering. But if it's just like, this is what's happening now, can I just be with it? But it's not going to be like that forever. So just let it be there. Yeah, just something to remember when times are really tough, because it's so easy to just completely get caught up in the thoughts, and the thoughts are what really makes it so difficult. This is going to last forever. I've lost everything. What if I never get past this really difficult day? I remember for me, what made the whole thing so difficult was all these imagined things about being like this forever. But in complete honesty, and I wasn't thinking like this at the time, but looking back, it's like the really tough periods didn't last forever. They would come and they would go, but it was always the thoughts like, oh no, I'm going to be like this forever. That's what was difficult. So yeah, just to acknowledge, okay, those thoughts are there, but can I just work with what's actually here? And those are just thoughts. So yeah, hopefully that's helpful and just something to help you work through the really tough days.